Long before the lights, the screaming fans, and the overwhelming wave of global attention, there was a quiet promise whispered between two rising stars. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, now household names thanks to their unforgettable bond on and off the screen, have built careers that millions admire. But what if the roots of their connection go deeper than the cameras, deeper than the spotlight, back to a moment when they were still just young men chasing uncertain dreams? That is the story of the secret pact between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, the unspoken agreement that shaped not just their careers, but also the unwavering loyalty of their fandom. The entertainment industry is filled with fleeting relationships, partnerships built on convenience rather than authenticity. Yet something about Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan has always felt different. Fans sensed it during the Untamed, the way their energy flowed effortlessly, the way they seemed to understand each other, without words. Their chemistry was too natural, too raw to be confined within the boundaries of a script. What many did not know was that behind this dynamic lay a promise, a pact formed during their early days when they both stood at the edge of possibility, unsure whether destiny would carry them to glory or leave them forgotten in the shadows. Xiao Zhan, older and once hesitant about fully embracing the brutal demands of stardom, came into the industry with a quiet kind of hope. He had been a designer before stepping into the chaotic world of entertainment, and though talented, he carried doubts. Was he too late? Was he truly cut out for the relentless pace and pressure of celebrity life? These insecurities lingered in him during the early stages of his journey. Wang Yibo, on the other hand, was younger but already hardened by experience. A dancer, singer, actor, and writer, he carried himself with a certain confidence. Yet beneath the cool exterior was a boy who had learned discipline through struggle, who had endured distance and loneliness while training abroad, far from the comfort of home. When the two met, something clicked. It wasn't an explosion of friendship at first sight, but a recognition. Two people with different backgrounds, but strangely aligned spirits. Xiao Zhan's warmth balanced Wang Yibo's cool restraint. Wang Yibo's fierce determination inspired Xiao Zhan's quieter, more reflective strength. Together, they found not only co-stars but confidants. And it was in this space, somewhere between rehearsals, long nights on set, and quiet conversations away from cameras, that their pact was born. They promised each other something simple, yet powerful. No matter how far the industry took them, no matter the obstacles or the noise, they would remain true to themselves and never let each other fall. It wasn't about fame, not about fortune, but about loyalty. If one rose, he would reach back to pull the other with him. If one faltered, the other would stand as his anchor. Fans might call it destiny, but to them, it was simply trust. The pact became invisible but unbreakable, weaving itself into the moments fans still replay today. Think back to those interviews where they exchanged subtle glances, where Wang Yibo's rare smile appeared only when Xiao Zhan spoke, or when Xiao Zhan's quiet laughter was sparked by Yibo's rare teasing. Think of the protective way Xiao Zhan often looked at Yibo, as though shielding him from a world that demanded too much, too soon. Think of Yibo's silent support during moments when Xiao Zhan faced storms, his presence like a shadow that refused to leave. These were not random acts of companionship, but reflections of the vow they had made, to stand by each other when it mattered most. When fame finally struck like a tidal wave after the Untamed, their bond was tested in ways neither could have predicted. The sudden rise to global stardom was exhilarating, but it came with chaos. The pressure was suffocating, and the scrutiny merciless. Fans adored them, but critics circled like hawks, searching for cracks. Rumors, controversies, endless speculation. It was the double-edged sword of celebrity. And yet, through it all, the secret pact seemed to guide them. Xiao Zhan endured storms that would have broken others, but Wang Yibo never publicly abandoned him. Wang Yibo carried the weight of his own career's relentless demands, yet he always left space for the quiet strength of his friend. Their promise, never to let the other fall, wasn't just words whispered once in confidence. It was a thread that tied their choices, their silences, and even their absences. Some fans speculate that their pact goes even deeper, that perhaps there were ambitions they vowed to pursue together, dreams of working again, of creating something that would stand as a testament to their journey. While no one knows the full truth, the possibility only fuels the fascination. After all, in an industry where partnerships are fleeting and friendships are often questioned, the idea that Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan share an unshakable bond feels almost unbelievable. It suggests that behind the glossy veneer of entertainment lies something profoundly human, a friendship rooted in loyalty, trust, and a promise made before the world ever knew their names. What makes the legend of their pact so powerful is that it feels timeless. It's not just about them, but about what they represent. Everyone longs for a friend who stands by them no matter what, who remembers them when the world forgets, who believes in them even when they doubt themselves. In Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, fans see that dream embodied. The way they glance at each other, the subtle gestures, the unwavering respect, it becomes a mirror for what so many wish for in their own lives. Perhaps that is why their story resonates so deeply, why fans remain loyal not only to them individually, but to the bond they share. Even now, years after the Untamed, whispers about their secret pact continue to circulate. Some fans analyze old videos, searching for hidden clues. Others write stories imagining what that pact might have sounded like. Was it spoken in just during a late-night rehearsal? Was it sealed in silence with nothing but an exchange of glances? Did they laugh about it, never realizing how serious it would become, or did they carve it into memory with all the weight of destiny? The mystery fuels the fascination, making the pact not just a story about two men but about the power of promises. In truth, whether the details of their pact are ever revealed matters less than what it has come to symbolize. For fans, it stands as proof that authenticity can exist even in a world often accused of being superficial. It is a reminder that behind every performance, every red carpet appearance, every carefully curated image, there are real people with real connections. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan are not just icons. They're friends who made a vow, and their story reminds us of the magic that happens when promises are kept. And so, the secret pact between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan endures, not just as a hidden chapter in their personal history, but as a legend carried by those who believe in them. It whispers through fan meetings, through interviews, through old behind-the-scenes clips. It lingers in every smile, every glance, every moment that suggests their friendship is more than chance. Perhaps someday they will speak of it openly, telling the world what they promised each other before the fame came crashing in. Until then, it remains one of the most captivating mysteries in modern entertainment, a promise that binds two stars, not just in the glare of fame, but in the quiet loyalty of brotherhood. It's because long before the world demanded their brilliance, before the fans screamed their names, before the industry crowned them icons, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan looked at each other and made a vow. A vow that no matter what came, they would never let each other fall. And maybe that is the real secret of their success. Not just talent, not just timing, but a pact of loyalty that turned two dreamers into legends. The fascination with the secret pact between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan is not only about two celebrities, it is also about what their story awakens in all of us. When fans talk about them, it's never just about the shows they starred in, the songs they sang, or the awards they won. It's about the feeling they carry, the sense of hope that loyalty and trust can still exist in a world where everything feels fleeting. Perhaps that is why, even years after the Untamed, the connection between them still lingers in the hearts of millions. It's not simply nostalgia, it's the belief that their pact represents something bigger, something almost sacred. Fans who followed their early days recall moments that now feel prophetic. The way Xiao Zhan, ever soft-spoken, once said in an interview that the people who truly understand you are rare, and when you find them, you must treasure them. Or the way Wang Yibo, often portrayed as stoic, admitted that he doesn't easily open up, but when he does, it's for life. These scattered fragments, when pieced together, form the outline of a promise, a silent vow that carries the weight of brotherhood, of resilience, of standing together when the world chooses sides. What makes this pact feel even more unbelievable is how perfectly it mirrors the very characters they portrayed in the Untamed. Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji's relationship was built on trust, loyalty, and an unspoken bond that defied the odds. To fans, it sometimes feels as though art imitated life, or perhaps life imitated art. Did their roles draw them into this promise, or did their real-life connection give the drama its unforgettable magic? The line between fiction and reality blurred, and somewhere in that space, a legend was born. But beyond the glittering fandom theories and emotional rewatches lies a deeper truth. Both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan needed each other at the exact moment they met. In Xiao Zhan, Wang Yibo found someone who could see past the cool facade, someone who recognized the hardworking boy beneath the idol image. In Wang Yibo, Xiao Zhan found someone who reminded him that age and hesitation didn't matter as long as passion burned strong. They became each other's mirrors, reflecting strength where there was doubt and courage where there was fear. Isn't that what we all long for? A person who reminds us of who we are when the world tries to tell us otherwise? This is why their pact continues to inspire. It is not locked in the past, but alive in every fan who holds on to the belief that promises matter. It has become a symbol for those navigating their own struggles, students chasing uncertain futures, dreamers doubting their worth, friends trying to hold on to each other in a chaotic world. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's pact whispers the same message: stay true, stay loyal, don't let go. And perhaps the most fascinating part is how much of their story still remains unwritten. Will they one day reunite on screen, fulfilling that unspoken vow to create together again? Will they speak openly about the bond fans have long speculated on? Or will their pact remain a quiet secret, known only to them but felt by everyone who has ever loved them? The beauty lies in the mystery. The pact doesn't need to be explained in detail because its proof exists in the way they have carried themselves, silently, steadfastly, with respect that has never dimmed even when the spotlight shifted. The legend of their promise also challenges the cynical view of the entertainment world. So often we hear about rivalries, broken friendships, and betrayals behind the curtain. Yet here is a story of two men who, instead of competing, chose loyalty. Instead of letting fame divide them, they made a vow to lift each other higher. It feels almost unbelievable, and maybe that's why it captivates people so strongly. In Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, fans don't just see celebrities, they see a possibility. They see proof that loyalty can survive fame, that friendship can survive storms, that a simple promise can become the foundation of something legendary. Even today, when they appear separately at events or on new projects, the shadow of their pact follows them. Fans still look for signs, a glance, a word, a hidden gesture that prove the promise is still alive. And every time a clip resurfaces of their laughter, their subtle communication, their effortless harmony, it reignites the belief that what they promised each other was not just for a season, but for a lifetime. There is something timeless about the way this story has taken root. Legends often begin in small, quiet ways: a whispered word, a fleeting look, a promise spoken in private. For Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, that small beginning has become a myth that refuses to fade. And maybe that's the greatest gift of their secret pact. It's not just a story fans consume, it's a story they carry with them, retelling, reimagining, and passing along like a treasured secret of their own. Because in the end, what they promised each other before fame is something we all wish to promise and be promised, that no matter how high we rise or how low we fall, someone will be there, holding on, refusing to let go. That's not just the story of two stars. That's the story of every human being who has ever longed for loyalty in a world of uncertainty. And so, the pact remains. Alive in memory, alive in speculation, alive in the hearts of those who believe in them. The world may never know the exact words they spoke or the moment it happened, but the effects are undeniable. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's promise is not just their secret, it has become ours, a bond between them and the fans who keep their legend burning. Because sometimes, the most powerful promises are the ones never fully revealed, the ones that live not in words but in the spaces between them. And perhaps that is why this secret pact will never fade. It has already transcended time, transcended fame and etched itself into the story of Wang Yibo Xiao Zhan and every fan who dares to believe in loyalty that lasts forever. And if this story touched you, if you felt the spark of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's secret pact echo in your own heart, then this is only the beginning. Their journey isn't just about fame. It's about friendship, loyalty, and the kind of bond we all dream of. At midnight in Seoul, we dive into the stories that fans crave but rarely get to see. The unseen, the unbelievable, the emotional truths behind the stars we love. So don't just read. Be part of the story. Subscribe to Midnight in Seoul and join a community that celebrates the legends, the promises, and the unforgettable moments that keep us up at night. Every click, every share, every comment keeps this flame alive and brings you closer to the heart of the stars you adore. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and step with us into the world where fandom becomes family. The next chapter of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's story is waiting, and you won't want to miss it.